obviously a disappointing loss like that. How much are you guys chomping at the bit to get back out there?
A lot, you know what I mean? We're trying to get that bad taste out of our mouth. And, it's another opportunity to go get a win this week. So, that's what we're focused on, just getting a 1-0 this week.
Shotty was talking a little bit about, as the season's gone on, he's been spending more time with the defense. What does that look like, and what has stuck out about just the influence, the impact he's trying to have?
I think it's good. He's in the meetings, you know what I mean? Just giving a higher awareness of what's going on and just being able to chime in on certain things when we're asking about what he's thinking from an offensive standpoint. So it's good to have his presence in the meetings for sure.
Also, with Kyler, seemingly coming back to the lineup, what sort of challenges does he present, and how much does he kind of elevate that Cardinals offense?
It's another mobile quarterback, so it's making sure we're rushing as one and making sure we're making each other right.
When it comes to just the confidence facing a mobile quarterback, I mean, you guys had a pretty decent effort against Fields, Jalen Hurts. Can you kind of pull from that? Can you build on that?
Whether we did well or there's mistakes that we made, we can learn from both. So just trying to continue to, like I said, just making sure we're rushing four as one, coordinated with our rush and making each other right at all times.
Is he similar to any of those guys, or is the way that Kyler runs just sort of unique to anybody else you've seen?
He's a little unique, but plan is the same, just coordinated, making each other right.
With the run defense, how would you evaluate? I guess it seems like there's been improvement moments and then it's kind of been setback moments. How would you evaluate where that's at?
As of late, it's not good enough. Just plain and simple. So that's something that we're still, just planning to improve. We're work our asses off every day. So just continue to try and sharpen and making sure we're trying to improve and we still have not a lot of time, but we still have a good amount of games left to be able to put it on tape and build confidence going into December and January. So just taking advantage of the opportunity we got this week, see what we could fix, see what everyone could do. Everyone just looking in the mirror, see what more could we give as an individual to the team, and what more could we do, how much more could we prepare, just everyone asking themselves, is there more to give, and how can I get better?
Are you and Kenny kind of at the core of that conversation? What does that look like?
I would say, yeah, that's definitely, but it's not just me and Kenny. We got very good leaders on our team. You know what I mean? A lot of veteran guys. This is not a super young defense or anything like that, and it's not a super young team. We got young guys, but I think the veterans as a whole are doing a good job of preaching that message, and Coach Shotty as well, just making sure everyone's looking in the mirror, reflecting on what we can each individually do to improve and how we can help the collective as a team.
With the run defense, you said looking in the mirror, is it a scheme thing? Is it a effort thing? Because run defense doesn't seem like there's either you have or maybe I'm wrong, but what is it when you look in the mirror?
Myself personally, I'm not playing my best ball right now, so I'm definitely looking at myself, seeing if I can use my hands a little bit better in the run game, just working on my technique and seeing if I can clean that up, just trying to polish that and make sure I'm taking the steps to when I look at myself on tape, I'm doing everything that I can to help the other 10 guys that are out there on the field.
Coming out of Denver, there was some talk, different guys saying, had a decent week of practice, just didn't carry it to the game and execution. Shotty said that's really, what's needed. For people who I guess maybe curious, if you feel like you're practicing well and you feel like you know what you're supposed to do, why aren't you executing it? What would you say to that?
I don't know. That's definitely one of those things. Is you just got to see that translate, and be confident and have faith in the work that we put in the week, and just know that if you trust your technique, just because it doesn't go well one time, you don't stray from it, you don't make anything up. You continue to do your job to the best of your ability. It will work out eventually. So just making sure everyone is on the same page in that regard, and just making sure that we stick to the fundamentals, because it's not like you doing things the right way is going to guarantee that you're going to win, but once you start to stray from doing it the right way, failure is guaranteed. So just making sure that we're staying on track and doing the things the right way and continue to prepare, staying true to our technique and the things that we're learning and the things that we do well. and the scheme and just continue to execute and try and execute at a higher level.
So coming into the season out of training camp, the expectations you guys had defensively, how surprised that you guys are where you are?
Definitely not where we thought we'd be when we were in camp. You know what I mean? And especially with going against I would say one of the best offense, if not the best offense in the league right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like every day in camp, I think there's definitely higher level of confidence that we could just have in terms of just knowing what we're capable of. We've done it before. We've put it on tape and just continue to find consistency in that.
Shotty's talked about changes. It's been multiple times coming off of the loss. Like there will be changes. We will adjust. You had to kind of guess. I mean, from week 1 to now, how many changes and adjustments do you feel like there have been?
Good amount. You know what I mean? And it's every week we have a game plan. You know what I mean? Trying to tighten up things and make sure everyone's on the same page. Spending a little bit more time meeting, just, you know what I mean? Even if it's just the players, stuff like that, you know?
Also, you mentioned Kenny. How has that relationship with you two guys developed in your couple of months together, would you say?
You know, I mean, I've known Kenny for a while. Met him when I was in high school. My brother was at UCLA, so just having him in the same room and you know what I mean, being able to chop it up with him a little bit more is dope. Getting to know him, a great guy. You know what I mean? I have a ton of respect and just seeing the reason why he is where he's at right now up close. You know what I mean? And having another guy that people can look to as an example and be like, yo, that's what it looks like. You know what I mean? Just the way that he prepares throughout the week, you know, in terms of taking care of his body, watching tape, taking notes, being able to talk ball and make sure that we're kind of all on the same page in terms of what we're seeing when we study on our own and coming back and having info to give to guys. I have a ton of respect for Kenny and just how he prepares and how he works. He's a real pro. 1,000%.
One of the older guys in the league and been around a long time. How did you see him kind of step into that? Did you see that? Did you sense that he was trying to step into a role like that, or how did you see him approach it?
I mean, one, he's just being himself. Obviously, like I said, the way he carries himself, the way he prepares, real pro. Doesn't have a problem with telling people yo, if it's wrong, he'll say something. I feel like we do a good job of that in our room and just being able to speak and be real with each other. But he's never asking anyone to do anything that he's not doing himself. You know, I definitely look at him, and I think the rest of the team would agree that Kenny is someone that you could follow.
When you had to deal with the shock or the trade, how helpful was it that it was a guy you needed?
I mean, I'm well, I know he's gonna help. I knew who he was. Like I said, I know. I've known him for a while, and that's someone that even when my brother being a little bit older than Kenny, when they were in college, that's something that stuck out to him is just the way he worked, the way he carried himself. So I knew we're getting someone that's going to be able to come in and add to what we got going on, and obviously someone who's a leader. He's a leader on his team. He was a leader on the team with the Packers. You know what I mean? So it's another veteran guy who knows how to do it right, who knows how to work, and is going to be able to, one, fall in line with the culture that we have, and then two, just add to it in terms of adding another leader to the ranks.
When you think about the ups and downs that you guys have had this season, is there thought given to the importance of riding a win into the bye week after this one?
Definitely. I mean, yeah, for sure. But I'm man, whatever we got to do to get to 1-0, that's our mentality right now. Definitely beneficial, you know what I mean? Having him in there, like I was saying, being able to ask him, as someone who's been a play caller and offensive coordinator, if there's any questions that we have, whether it be players or coaches, how do you see this? What's your mentality when they're calling this? He can kind of chime in on that and help us that way.
And you like that, I assume, because, as you said, he's coming from an opposing view, because he was doing that as a consultant a couple years ago.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Is that unique compared to McCarthy being there yearly as well?
I mean, McCarthy was mainly meeting with the offense, so when he was the head coach here and Shotty was in that consulting role, he was kind of doing what he's doing now. So it's cool to have him and just more eyes, you know what I mean?
Does that also speak to the urgency that he has?
1,000%. I would say so. I mean, like you said, just a higher urgency to continue to get better and improve. Like, we have to improve. Like I said, we have some more games left, but time is ticking, so just heightened urgency.
Shotty said a lot of times coordinators don't like having the head coach be in those meetings, but the Flus hasn't been that way at all. How have you seen that?
I mean, I haven't seen any change in demeanor from Flus. Like, he's just handling it. Like, you know what I mean? He's doing what he usually does. Like, hasn't changed.